Opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually, he was crying in there.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Derevyanchenko Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar over. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Derevyanchenko Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up? Pay-per-view weekend, baby. Pay-per-view weekend, baby. Jermall Charlo, Big Charlo. Jermell Charlo, I'm Big Charlo. They going up for their first pay-per-view, man. Hopefully, it is a box office success, and they get everything they deserve. We have a lot of previews and predictions for this weekend's fights, and it is a lot of fights on the docket. So we're going to get into it. We're not going to waste a bunch of time with a bunch of introductions and jibber-jabber. You know, hashtag TBV Podcast. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. We're looking for knowledge. We're looking for talents. Preview and prediction. It's time to see, can you get them right? Are you going to pick them right? Or are you going to pick the Dominican instead of picking Victor Pasillas? Huh? What you going to do? Are you going to be swayed like so many? I mean, it's a lot to talk about. Both Julio Cesar Chavez's are back. But, gentlemen, like I said, no introductions. Too many fights to be small talking. We got to get right into it. I don't like the order that Mario chose, so let's start with the pay-per-view weekend first and then work our way from there. I think everyone is basically here to see the Charlos, talk about the Charlos and their respective fights. So
that's why I'm here.
Title fight, Jermall Charlo versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko, 12 round for Charlo's WBC middleweight title. I'm picking Jermall Charlo.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
I think it's blasphemy the way the people are out here saying that, he's going to lose. If you go on Instagram, man, the same thumbnail that we used for can they be bigger than the Klitschko's? Whoa, so many comments, guys. I never seen that many comments and so much hate. I mean, I literally seen people saying this guy's going to lose to Derevyanchenko Saturday. Like, I can't believe people really think that. I know the betting lines are close. Derevyanchenko's going to have to make me a believer. I think it's Charlo all day. Jab, right hand, better movement, better footwork, better defense, taller, longer, hungrier, younger. Everything. I'm done. That's it. Charlo.
But is that the hate you're talking about? Just that people are picking Derevyanchenko? Like, that's what you're considering hate?
I do consider that hate.
It's the comments behind it.
It's the comments.
Okay.
No, but
that's what I thought originally.
But it is the comments behind it, but I think it is kind of hateful just to pick Derevyanchenko never won a world title.
Why can't people think Derevyanchenko's going to win?
They can. But let me tell you, I think and you have to recognize it. A lot of people are waiting for the Charlos to slip up, right? I think they polarize like people. And from what I see, they have equally, the equal same amount of fans as haters because of the energy they have. But it doesn't really matter. Like, when Floyd said it, right? There's some people who tune in like to see you lose, some people who tune in to see you win. Some days they hate you, some days they like you. And both days you get paid, man. That's what it is, man. But like for me, I told you, and I was on record before to say that, I don't necessarily like, the aggressive nature of both of them, to be honest. But Jermell is probably the more aggressive to me in terms of like, being sensitive to everything. However, I don't see Jermall losing against Derevyanchenko. I said it before, styles make fight. They're good fighters, and you have to pick them based on what they're going to offer in the ring, not, the way they sound outside the ring or whatever. I believe he has the perfect style to beat Derevyanchenko. It's not going to be the same Triple G fight. It's going to be a good boxing lesson, and like someone who's going to box and punch at the same time. Like, his jab is going to be the key. His movement is going to be the key. And when the opportunity arrives, I believe he'll stop Derevyanchenko. He'll find like a lot of like power punches purely because of the openings he'll create with his jab and his like angles that he'll create with his movement. So that's my pick. I'm going to Jermall.
Listen, I'm going to go Jermall too. I'm going to make mine short and sweet. I think everything you said is correct. I 100% agree, so I don't have to say it twice. That said, I do want to make sure that, listen, the reason why I asked what I asked is because I don't want to put out this narrative that Jermall is supposed to take care of business to the point that he doesn't get credit for this win. This would be a very significant win in my mind. It's not all based off of accolades. I understand that. We're talking about a fighter that lost the two biggest fights he's known for. He lost. I understand that. But when you talk about where we're at in terms of everything we've been through this year, specifically around the middleweight division with Canelo and not fighting and him trying to seek out different opponents and all that stuff, for him to land a guy like Derevyanchenko, take that fight, knowing it's going to be a tough one, and come out and beat that guy, he deserves all the credit in the world for that. So I just don't want to make it sound like it's so predictable that it should be an automatic win type of thing. No, this is going to be a gritty win. He's going to have to fight a near perfect fight, not a perfect fight, a near perfect fight. But this is definitely his fight to lose for sure. I picked Jermall as well.
Well, I guess I'm going to be the odd man out unless Francis is picking Derevyanchenko. Francis?
Nah, you a lone wolf out here, bro.
Damn, I'm a lone wolf out here, huh? Damn. All right, I'll take that.
Hey, what happened?
Look, Derevyanchenko, I gotta give Derevyanchenko a shot at this. I know you guys are probably look at me betting with his heart.
I'm cutting him off. Yo, it's all because Charlo ran down on him in New York and wanted to fight, and this is why you picking against him, dog.
Not even.
There's no legitimate reason you should be picking Derevyanchenko, but I hear you, man.
I mean, look, I gotta give Derevyanchenko his credit. Like, he's the biggest loser, but he showed me that he could really bang and stay in there with the highest levels of the division and not get put away, not get knocked out. So I haven't seen the guy really, he's durable. If that's one thing that we talked about Derevyanchenko is how durable he is. And the last fight, when he fought Triple G, everybody saw the heart of a lion, man. He really went for it, and in my opinion, he won it. But we're gonna just write it off to history. He lost, right? Biggest loser, but definitely a biggest winner in the people's eyes, because a lot of people, believe it or not, Ness, believe that Derevyanchenko can cause way more pressure and way more flustering in the ring than Korobov, And you look at these fights, and then you just try to make comparisons.
Did you know that Korobov was a southpaw? And it was a 7-day.
Right, good point.
What was it?
Look, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. Good pointing that out.
But also add this in: 7 days, 14 days short notice. There was a change of opponent. Remember, it's like your whole game plan was for an orthodox fighter, and they slide in a southpaw. What happened?
All right.
I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Like
No, I
With
said I
experience,
forgot about
with
that.
experience, Southpaw with experience.
I just got Shinobi, but it's cool. But what I'm saying is that the style, not the stance, and that was well pointed out. But I'm talking about the style. Man, Derevyanchenko's way more, feistier, man, in the ring than Korobov, man, and he's not gonna allow Jermall to have so much time to think. So it's just going to be interesting to see Jermall, work with all of this pressure. I never seen.
Yo, my question to you is, why can't things just be interesting to you? Why do you always be like, yo, it's gonna be interesting, so I'm riding with the underdog who's gonna, who everyone thinks is gonna lose? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I just want to better understand you.
As a fighter, I'm looking at it as a fighter. I don't know what else to say. I feel like Derevyanchenko's going to give him a lot of issues, and I don't see Derevyanchenko getting knocked out.
Yeah, but enough issues to win.
And I see this as a 12-round decision. And I'm sorry, Derevyanchenko's the guy that just outputs to the very end, and he won't let go. And I'm not saying that Jermall ain't that guy either, dog, but it's what I've seen.
Listen, everything you're saying here, you're talking about like a nice fight, a nice competitive fight, and that's what we want to see, right? We don't want to see like a clear, that's easy to pick Jermall. It's gonna be a nice fight. Those two have skills, and those two have demonstrated that Derevyanchenko may have lost against Triple G, may have lost against Jacob, but it demonstrated that he can bring something to the table. But I'm not gonna go over what I said again. I believe it's about styles, though,
and that's why
style is suited.
And that's why Derevyanchenko is in this fight with 2 losses, like Ness said. It's purely off what he brings to the table. Now, at the same time, we rocking with Big Charlo over here, man. We late round stoppage is what I'm picking. I'm just looking at the fact that, there was a lot of factors going into that fight against Korobov. His brother had lost earlier before. They had a plan to be undefeated and to, take over the division. It didn't go the right way. He had an opponent on short notice. He had to switch. He was southpaw. There's a lot of things going on. He was still able to get through that fight with a fighter that has a lot of experience. So I'm giving Charlo an opportunity with a full training camp, with a clear head to go in there and dog walk Derevyanchenko. They got 2 losses to 2 opponents who is linked to Charlo. He got to come out with a spectacular performance in order to gain the respect of this division and get them big fights. He has to do it. They say he can't sell. This is his chance for Big Charlo to step up and sell this fight, man. Big Charlo, Lions only. That's what we're rocking with.
Dog walk.
Say what?
I don't know about this.
The older fighter. Remember,
fight,
he's the older fighter. You got to remember, Charlo is more explosive. So I feel like that explosiveness and that youth is going to take over in the middle to late rounds, and you're going to see the difference. As Charlo starts to gear up, Derevyanchenko is going to gear down. Them legs are going to go, and he got the power. Charlo got the power.
I'm just still lost that Doomy thinks someone's losing performance is good enough to beat Charlo.
Nah, I don't think it's fair to say that. The losing performance, a lot of people, at least the one against G, right, against Triple G, a lot of people think that, it's like it's not a fair losing performance, right? And the one against Jacob, again, that's another tight one. So the only problem with me, on those 2 performances, he lost, but it's the damage that he took in some of them. The Triple G fight, it was like a back and forth. Of course he had success, but he also took some big shots. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. If it has some lasting effect on him. Okay. I hope not, but that could be. You can age very quickly when you have those type of fights, right? So
wars, man.
He did look a little older.
Wars.
And I get what Doomy's talking about. Last night, if you saw the Nestor Bravo Gallegos fight, Nestor Bravo won and Gallegos lost. But if you saw that fight, you know that Gallegos looked really good, especially as the fight went on. That was a losing effort, but I could see Gallegos coming back and beating other guys, in the division that have yet to pass tests, guys that are a little more hyped than most. And so that's what I think what Doomy's point is that he's shown what he can do in those losing efforts. And, again, it's not enough for me to pick him. I'm picking Jermall, but I still think it's going to be a great fight. I still think it's competitive. And I think that Jermall deserves all the credit in the world for the win. I don't want to start this narrative where if he doesn't get the knockout, he somehow didn't pass the test or doesn't deserve credit. That's all that I can anticipate it. Just the hate that seems.
It's already going to be an exciting fight. It's already
They
going to be an
can't say
exciting
it,
fight
man.
because of the style
I
that
hope not.
Derevyanchenko brings to the table. It's already going to be an exciting fight.
Yeah, but
It's
Mario,
how
that-
exciting is the fight?
There is gonna be that comparison. Like, two dudes on the elite level have fought him. Why wouldn't we want Charlo to
But they
stop
didn't
him and
stop him, though.
separate?
Of course.
Exactly.
They
But
didn't
that,
stop him.
but that's
That's
the
the
thing, Mitty.
separation.
That's the separation. Show that you're greater than the old ass Triple G.
Yeah, definitely. If he stops him, he gets separation. But you can't tell him, like, you can't be disappointed if he doesn't stop
Exactly.
him. That was the point. If he doesn't stop him, hey man, like Triple G didn't do it. He's a knockout machine, and Jacobs didn't do it. He's an elite fighter, in the top five.
start out heavier.
Triple G
Exactly.
is a fake knockout machine. I want Charlo to be a real knockout machine. Triple
So
G.
you're saying if he doesn't knock him out, you're not giving him credit?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we stopped giving Triple G credit for his knockouts when we started to see that when he got on the real level, he couldn't get a knockout. I just want Charlo to separate. You feel me? You going in there with somebody.
I don't know if I stopped giving him credit. I didn't stop giving him credit, man. I can tell you that, Canelo swallowed those shots, but I can tell you he didn't like them.
I hear you.
Especially in the first one, man.
I hear you. That was a poor choice of words. What I meant to say was, that he had this perception of being a puncher, and then he wasn't a puncher. And it's been like that for about 5, 6 years.
Canelo and who? Canelo and Derevyanchenko.
No.
Right?
It's about 5 years, 4 years maybe now since a knockout.
I mean, it's
Danny
harder
Jacobs.
to knock out
Danny
those
Jacobs.
guys at the top.
He
though.
didn't
You
knock
already
out
know.
Danny Jacobs.
Thank you, Doomy.
He didn't
Thank
knock out
you.
Danny. He didn't knock out
No,
Danny.
that- no,
But
what I'm
again,
saying
listen to what Doomy's
he's one of-
saying, though. The separation when you get to that level is so razor thin that you can't expect guys to make guys look like Edgar Berlanga makes guys look.
Well,
like
That's
there's
like you saying.
separation.
That's like you saying, look, Canelo ain't knock out old ass Triple G. Look at him. Like you can't say that. You can't say that either. But
His
like I
last
said,
knockout was Kell Brook and Martin Martirosyan. Martirosyan, 2008. Oh, actually, Steve Rose. But you see, they give him those free knockouts, man. Come on.
free.
Yo.
That massive.
You're not gonna tell me he didn't put like Jacobs down, and then Jacobs has to go and revert to let me go on my bike. He had to start adapt his style, right?
Nah, Mitty,
he didn't say let me go and bang with him.
Nah, you confusing it. I know it was what year is that fight? That fight with Jacobs was 2017. So I get why you forgot that their legs was tangled, and that's why when he went down, he got up, punched his gloves together like, come on, and then
so
brought
how
the
about
fight
Derevyanchenko?
to Triple G. He brought the fight to Triple G because of that.
How about Derevyanchenko?
What about Derevyanchenko? He went down.
He dropped him like, was it first round? Or something?
Yeah, he got dropped in the first round.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, he still has the power and the ability to drop elite level. I can't question his power. Like, no one who's been in a ring with Triple G will come out and tell you, yeah, no problem, and I can swallow his shots. And Jacobs, his leg might be tangled if you want to say that, but that doesn't explain the fact that he decided to go on a back foot for 2 or 3 rounds, right? Then after that, he brought it on. Early on, Triple G is dangerous, and his punching power is real, man. We can't say that. We can't say that he can't punch.
I bet you he don't knock out nobody on the elite level ever again. He never did anyway. Name one elite knockout he got, even partially elite. He is never. Not even a B plus. Not even a B plus fighter. Tell me who. Nobody. I'm telling you. I'm just keeping it real. Look, and that's what I'm saying. When they built him up to be this knockout machine, and it didn't happen. Now, I respect what you're saying, and I agree with you 1,000%. He has legitimate punching power, but he's not the knockout machine that they try to market him as. And maybe that's what I have an issue. Maybe I have an issue with the media or the machine or the powers that be trying to pull the wool over the poor
Probably
casual fans.
I think that's what it is.
Calling this guy some killer when I'm like, yo, he's not that killer to me. You know what I mean? So maybe that's my issue. It's not with Triple G. It's more with the fact that they try to bill him up as a knockout guy. But he had 2 fights with Canelo, who's the smaller man moving up, didn't do it. But we making it about a Triple G. It's more about Jermall. We picking him. We moving on to Jermell. Jermell's in the real big fight, in the unification fight. My brethren, La Banana, Jeison Rosario. Listen, Jermell's got a tough task. This is a big dude, but I don't know that I could pick against Jermell. He's proven, battle-tested, early in, man. I was singing the Jermell praise when I seen him fight Gabriel Rosado before Peter Quillen, before Gennady Golovkin probably. Like, my man went in there early, and I was, like, all in. That being said, I hope Jeison is taking full advantage of this opportunity. I hope that he's going to make it one of the toughest fights for Jermell, because this is his shot to change his life. I cannot ride with him. I learned my lesson with Andy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he unified. I'm right there. If you win, I'm riding. But Jermell is proven. You know, even the loss with Harrison, he came back and destroyed Harrison. His power is real. We watched the Gallimore fight on Film Study Tuesday, and Jermell's power is real. And if Gallimore could do that with a hook, shit, what is Jermell gonna do, man? So I got the ride with Jermell, but believe me, in soul, in spirit, I'm gonna be doing the Sammy Sosa. You know what I'm saying? I hope you get it, but I'm riding with Jermell.
I mean, like, it's strange, man. Like, today, like, on those two fights, we almost have, like, the same view on it. Like, I told you before, I mean, we had a show earlier in the week, and I said, who is in the toughest fights? And I believe Jermell is in the toughest fights. Again, because of the styles, right? But I'm not brave enough. I'm not brave enough to pick against him. It can happen, though. I've just been on that Pick'em League. I've been thinking, I've been changing, a few times already, but now I'm set on Jermell. I think like Jermell will do it, but he's gonna have to come through tough times, I think. But eventually, maybe he's like his greater skills will tell, because I think like Rosario will be dangerous in spots during the fights. His power might tell, but ultimately you've got to go for the skills. Like when it's a battle of the punching power versus the skills, I always have to back the skills. So that's why I'm going for Jermell.
Jermell is, in my opinion, I never had any drop off in terms of how I viewed him after his loss. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I told you so," or this and that. To me, I thought he beat Harrison the first time. I scored it for him. He came back and he, definitely beat him the second time. So I don't look at it any other way. I think he's going to be the most talented fighter in the ring that night. I think you're absolutely right. Rosario will be dangerous in spots. I don't know if this is going to be as fun a fight to watch as the big Jermall Charlo fight. But I do feel like it's going to be, times where it's like high-level boxing and we're watching these guys operate and think on the fly. I just can't see any real aspect or attribute that Mel gives up in this fight. And so for me, I thought that's what was going to happen to me too, Mitty. I thought I was going to go back and forth. Every time I've gotten to Patreon to look at, my pick'ems, I haven't changed it once. And I've been surprised on that because I've changed a lot of them. But that one I haven't. And I've stuck with Mel. I'm going to stick with Mel. I'm not going to change my pick. And I'm going to have a nice little parlay for the Friday show too. So, my pick is Mel.
Go ahead, Doomy.
Nah, go ahead, because I'll probably be the odd man out, right?
So let me go ahead. So I'm definitely, that's for sure. So I'm definitely going with Jermell Charlo. We looked at the film study yesterday with Rosario fight. We clearly tell that Rosario has some tendencies that play into the advantage of Jermell Charlo. So that kid's going to play a big factor into the fight. I personally think that somebody, if not both fighters, might have to come off the canvas to secure this victory. That is my personal opinion. But I think with the pure aggression, the pinpoint accuracy, and the power and the pressure that Jermell Charlo brings, I'm picking Jermell Charlo by knockout.
Yeah. Damn, who am I?
Yo, he said knockout. You getting specific. I love it. Because I can actually see that. The way Gallimore hurt him, I'm like, why can't Jermell hurt him, bro?
What are the things that play into Jermell's favor, Francis?
Is the fact that Banana, he's there to be hit because he knows he has power. He doesn't necessarily move his head well to get in and out of the way of shots. When he is being attacked he goes into the high guard. Now with the high guard, you can't really see the shots coming around the outside, that behind the ear shot. And I feel like Charlo can close his eyes and throw those hooks and land them cleanly. And whenever Rosario's getting pressured, he literally shells up. And you can't shell up against a puncher or fighter like Jermell Charlo. He's going to put everything he has on you. Pause.
Do you mean like Danny Garcia against American? Close the eye and throw the hook? Is that what you mean?
Right. If push comes to shove, because you got to remember, Banana is he's not a very good, but he's a decent counterpuncher. So when you do throw, he tries to counterpunch you as much as possible. So if in between shots, you can catch him, because Banana's wide. When he's throwing his hooks and he's throwing his left and right hands, he's very wide. So if Jermell can time him and catch him in between, it'll be knockout. Night.
All right. Nice breakdown. I'm just gonna base him off what I saw him do against Julian. I saw an aggressive, strong fighter. I take Jermell as an aggressive, strong fighter. I think these two are gonna meet, and it's gonna be aggression matching aggression. I never really seen Mel really get pushed back or play the back foot, So it's gonna be interesting to see where this fight goes. And when you said somebody might hit the canvas, I was like, yeah, because that's what I feel it's gonna be. Somebody's hitting the canvas, because these guys are both. I don't see Banana backing up. I see him meeting aggression with aggression, and it's gonna be fireworks. Jermell, out of the two brothers, Jermall to me is the more cautious one, and I'm not that Jermell isn't technically sound, but I just see him getting a little more frustrated at times, more prone to make these little errors based off emotion. So I'm gonna go with Banana, and yeah, you could nail me to the cross afterwards. But I'm gonna give him the chance just for a surprise. Maybe there's gonna be a big surprise in this match.
Come on, Doobie, you gotta give it to me. Hold on, Mitty, you gotta give it to me, man. The lone wolf, you gotta give it to me.
What you mean? You want me to tell you what round? Oh shit! Wolfpack! Let's go, champ.
But listen, I like his last point though. And that's definitely something that is true. Jermell seems like he fights off emotion. He is eager to please or to prove something to people, and sometimes that just takes him away from the game plan. So I like that, but I don't think that.
Hey, Mitty, let me tell
it might happen.
Let me tell you, what you're talking about, that I'm glad that loss that he got against Tony Harrison really made him grow up. He really understood, I got a loss now, so I'm not really afraid to lose again. So I've grown up, I've matured. So that whole mentality I think he's matured, man. If you watch his
he doesn't cry anymore when he loses on video games?
He's still passionate. He's still a passionate guy. But I feel like when this fight, I think his mentality, his maturity is going to get him to dig deep and get past, crying like a baby to the referee. He's really going to take it to Rosario. That's his new mindset.
No, that ain't crying to the ref. That's telling the ref, do your fucking job. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with anybody that got to remind the ref to do their job.
Well, you did not see last night's fight.
Shout out to
that
the
shit
reminders.
got annoying very quickly.
Yo, Robert,
some of those refs don't take that, and most of them shouldn't take that. And
Jay Nady's disrespectful. Jay Nady should have got hooked last night.
You can't fight and ref the fight at the same time. You just stay focused on what you do. You see a lot of amateur refs do it quickly. If you start playing with the ref in the amateurs, man,
let's go.
The fight is over quick.
Quick, bro. What you say? Get out.
Real quick, gentlemen, we got a super chat from Robert Hardy.
I got a whole bunch of them if you want me to go down the line, Champy.
Down the linea, let's do it.
All right, super chat from Ken Stone says, sadly, Lil Charlo wins. Big losses. Ukrainian amateur pedigree is slept on. Ready for the Casimero and WBSS fights, as well as 3 ring belts in one day. All right.
Hold on, that's public service announcement.
What's up?
Public service announcement. We got 262 people in the building right now, and we only got 63 thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, man. It helps with the visibility of the show. We give you fire breakdown and previews. Come on, smash the like and the thumbs up button.
I gotta say, that's my first proper show with Francis, and I'm loving the energy, man. And the breakdowns too, man. That's cool, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, boss.
Mad Bent 100 with a super chat says he beat GGG. GGG wash. Charlo stops him. Thank you, Mad Ben. That's what I'm trying to tell these guys. Or rather, do me. Space.
Next one is
Predator.
Space Predator. Kittens only. Kitten emoji. Here comes the overrated train.
Ooh, choo choo. Hating.
Robert Hardy on the next super chat says Charlo has too much experience for Rosario, and Charlo also is a better inside fighter and overall boxer. Easy work. 2 bicep muscle emoji.
And I ain't gonna front. I seen Rosario kind of wilt, like when Gallimore was more dog. Rosario, you know, his face. He ain't like he was 22 years old, so I give him a pass, but he ain't give me that look. Like I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I told you when I sparred that dude, there was like whatever that white guy. Remember that dude? Do me the big guy that looked like Adam. Bro, when he hit me with that right, I kind of looked at Terrific like, you could pull me if you want. That's that look you got. That's that look you got from Jeison. I swear, it was just like a lot of blocking. Like, yo, some of them knockdowns was such late reaction. Like, yo, do I really want to be here? Oh, let me just go down. So I feel like in the hood, we call that like, you could see the bitch in them. And if you seen it once, you could see it twice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got a question for the panel.
I hope not. That's my man's in them. Like, we just sent them love.
No, I get what you're saying.
We just sent them love.
That's the aspect of it where you don't pick Mel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just said, like, yo, after the fight, I could come on. I'm like, yo, cool, but I didn't want to see that in him. You know? Everybody's like, yo, why we not watching the win? It's like, why we want to watch you when you at your best? No, we want to watch what happened when you lost. And that's what I didn't like. But again, he was 22. He looked so young yesterday when we was watching that. It could have been the braids too. Could have been the braids pushing your face back, making you look even younger.
Quick question. Does anybody agree with me that Rosario has the power, but Jermell has explosive power, and there's actually a difference between the two?
So you're saying one delivers it with more speed.
One more has explosion that they punches than they do. Rosario got just the flat-footed power, that raw. Power.
I don't even think it's explosion.
People have power and people generate power. It's like two different things, and usually both go into a knockout. But sometimes fighters do one thing better than the other. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't really think it's about explosiveness. I just think that Jermell is way more accurate and more compact. You see fights on Rosario, and everything is wide left, front hooks and back hooks. He's here with it. When Jermell's coming down the pipe, and when he throws his right, he rotates. He's leaning his head off the line, so it's gonna be hard, man. Like, hopefully he could get him with an uppercut, because sometimes Jermell kind of like is like a baseball player, and he puts that front foot very, very wide. You know what I'm saying? But then that worked for him. If you look at it, he had it so wide when he threw that uppercut against Lubin. But, you know, I don't know, man. I just can't pick against him. I really can't. I didn't even think Harrison would beat him.
Yo, we all know linears get there first, you know. The linear punches get there first. So, yeah, Jermell will win that one if he's getting too wide in there. Banana got to be real careful, man. He got to – look, every fight, I like to say, is a game plan in itself, you know, to the particular to that fight. So I hope that they, you know, chopped it up with Team Banana and they looked at whatever, you know, he was good at and they found something there where they could capitalize on it. Look, this is for the championship belts, man.
Nah, it's for more than that, bro. And that's what I want to say. Like, I hope that our, you know, good energy can get him that, because he would have done what no Dominican before him has ever done. I think, legitimately speaking, if he beats Charlo, he might go down as the best Dominican in history, right? Like, I mean, I was wrong about y'all dude, y'all bigged up. So maybe, Mitty, you know another Dominican that I don't know, because I was damn sure wrong about the Venezuelan, you know, what's his name? I was wrong about him, but I don't know anybody more that would be more accomplished. I thought Joan Guzman, you know, I know David Maldonado, you out there, help us out. You the history guy. I think that Joan Guzman, isn't he the most accomplished Dominican? So it's like not that hard. If Jeison beats Jermell, he could legitimately go down as like a Hall of Famer for DR.
Because of the brass, right?
Well, because nobody's done what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's been able to, like Joan was doing his thing in the lower divisions, but I don't think he's ever unified that, and let alone caliber of opponent means a lot. You beat Jermell, that's a statement, man. That's a statement, It's like Williams. When Williams beat Hurd was undefeated. He had just ran through Laura, like, what was it, like a 12th, 9th round knockdown. He was this wrecking machine.
Balling them.
all I know is that, if, we had that show maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, my picks would have been completely different, but they would have been different for the wrong reason, because I was that guy, like the super chat that we heard, like, oh, the Kittens only and all that. I was just making up my mind based on the energy that they had outside the ring. But, as someone who's like, who likes to analyze fight, you have to recognize when there's like skills and talents. And in those two matchups, like, I think like they have the upper hand against two good opponents. And, we have to stop like, looking at those guys and seeing like, oh, what they said and what they did outside, and we don't really like it, so we're going to pick against them. We really have to look at the matchup and what it looks like in the ring. And for those, this weekend, I think they're going to come on top. And I'm excited because it means that we can see them with the very top next time. And then, that might be a different story. But yeah.
Super chat, Mad Bet 100. Banana splits the twin. Better camp, more confident. Jermell too emotional.
Real quick, also public service announcement for all our potential Border Wars fighters. We're having Border Wars October 24th. It's taking place in Pittsburgh at the home of Steve Cunningham. Invite only. It's due to COVID. Strict limit on the capacity. We have a semi-heavyweight fight. I'm pretty sure Sony is going to take it. But we got a heavyweight that's a little bit shorter than Sony. And if someone's out there who is a heavyweight and it's like, yo, I'm a heavyweight, but I'm too short, this is your opportunity. I got a heavyweight for you that's 5'6" and a 280. So if you, Jerron in Louisiana, Jerron Wolf in Louisiana, I know you wanted to get in and you wanted some of Supermax. We got the tank for you. We got the real tank from DC. He's waiting. But if not, he'll take Sony. For his first fight, Sony's pretty tall. You know what I mean? Sony's at 6'3", so, trying to see what we can do. It would have been good for him to get Eddie or something, but Eddie's not available. But yeah, man, so anybody interested, hit me up. Also, I got a couple of 175-pounders out there. We really mixing things up. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to Dan the Man. Shout out to somebody else is a 175-pounder. Oh, yeah, Donnell from Atlanta, his peoples. So we got a couple 175-pounders that we going to put together. Get me your footage. Because it's three of y'all.
Donnell is 175 now?
Nah, he's got a friend at 175.
Oh, right, okay.
Got a friend at 175. Plus, we got Dan the Man. He's got no fights, but he was preparing for Golden Gloves. Then we got Adrian. He owns a gym or runs a gym. He's got one fight, but he's been doing his thing for about 8 years or something like that. So, people ready. They ready, man. I just want to, see if we get another little 5'7", 5'8" heavyweight out there to make this heavyweight match between the real tank. Because we got a tank at the cruiserweight, so we got to call, since the real big baby came out, that was the first thing popped into my mind, which I think, does it work? Does it work? Since we got tank in the cruiserweight, call this one the real tank from DC. You know what I mean?
That's kind of dope.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
What does your heavyweight start at? What weight does your heavyweight start at?
Nah, heavyweight starts at heavyweight, man, 200 plus. So that's why he's 5'6" in the heavyweight division. But if we have a lot of those,
I was 240 at 5'7". That's why I was asking. But I'm no longer 240. I'm down at 175. Damn, I've been putting in some work.
Yeah, you put in mad work. Nah, that's what's up.
Yeah, when I got married, I got big, eating good, man.
Okay, congrats on the marriage. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, Brandon, what's up, champ? I'm about to yo, you on 300-second timeout, fam. Get your ass in the ring. Get your ass in the ring. You know what I mean?
Word, you got to get in there. You can't clown till you in there, champ.
Yo, JP, that might be your call right there. 5'6", 280. How tall is JP? Like 5'8", right? JP, that might be the one for you. But listen, moving on back to our scheduled program. We're talking the pay-per-view, the first pay-per-view. So we're imploring you to go ahead and support the Charlo brothers. Why? Why, boxing expert? Because you call them lagatitas. You call them kittens. People super chatting, saying kittens only. And the reason you're saying that is because you don't think they're good. So when they win this fight, and with your support, they'll be in the next fight that you want them in. You know, if they do well, Billy Joe is an option. Canelo's an option. Andre is more of an option. Eubank, realistic. You know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you think, it's there. You know? So, let's support it, man. If you haven't already bought it, shout out to 704. Sent me his receipts. He already paid for it. You know what I mean? If you ain't clicking, you can't even get the ticket. So you better be clicking, man. Let's support, because there's more fights to come. You got to remember, this might not be the one you want. But how does Canelo send him a legitimate offer, even though, I mean, the rumor was like 7 mil or 13 mil? That's a fucking lot, but I don't know. You know what I mean? If you want to get it done, you got to support. That's all I'm saying.
Now, listen, all I want to say is if you don't want them to be called like Sean Porter, you don't want to say the Charlos cannot sell out a family dinner. So you got to go out and support so that he brings something to the table when he's fighting a Canelo.
Which is
crazy,
fighting a
GGG.
That's real disrespectful to Porter, because he's the one that fights anybody we want him to fight. He trying to fight every top name, and then people like, oh, but I don't like his style. Oh, but he ain't a ticket seller. It's like, yo,
that's the narrative on him. I don't know why. That's bad.
What do you want? Do you want the dude that gets in there with every badass, or you want the dude that's the ticket seller? But we're going to move on the undercard, because it's a big card. We're going to go fast here. We got Brandon Figueroa versus Damian Vasquez. I'm going Brandon. This is the brother of Omar. You know, we have these type of things in boxing where they're brothers or relatives, and one is just more focused than the other. And that's what's happening with Brandon. You know, he stood at home. He didn't move away from the father. He's trained by the father. He listens. And technically, he's pretty good. He's got a WBA regular, and he's going to be – no. Yes, he does. And he's going to be defending it versus Damian. Don't know Damian, so I'm going Brandon.
Word, yeah.
Something pretty quick, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm Brandon as well. Yeah,
I got Brandon too. Brandon. Heartbreak.
So passing the ball to Mario to see if he can spice up John. What is it, Rael Casamayor versus Duke Micah in a 12-round for Casamayor's WO bantamweight title. Mario, why should we tune in?
Listen, Casamero is one of the most exciting fighters pound for pound right now. Now, we were supposed to get the Inouye fight. You know, that was the fight that everybody wanted. That was the fight that they were heading towards. Unfortunately, you know, with the economics and with the pandemic, that fight's not happening right now. Both of them are going to go their separate rate. Well, I forgot who. Oh, Inouye's fighting the Maloney brother. Andrew? One of them. And Casamaro's fighting Duke Micah. This is going to be a really good fight. I promise you're not going to want to miss this. Casamaro's got a real straightforward, bullish type of attitude. He's not like a really great athlete like a Lomachenko who can throw from different angles and make it look pretty and make it effective. But he is a guy who does have some athleticism, but more than anything, he has that drive to continue to punch and to throw hard. And he's got a chin. I mean, he's not going to lose. I don't think he loses. I think Casamero wins. But I promise you, if you've not seen him fight, you will become a fan of his. And there are so many other fights. Like, you know, Duke, I think, is ranked in the whatever belt he has, WBO. I think he's 13, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, so this isn't like a high-ranked fight or anything, but this is where you're projected into other high-ranking fights that are in the bantamweight division, and so this is the kind of launch pad fight for him. It's gonna be a good one.
Listen, I think obviously Casimiro is the guy that we've seen, excuse me, and we know of, and I think he should win. Sorry, excuse me.
A little water there, buddy. But look, Duke Mike is he's an undefeated fighter. I don't know too much about this, Mario, this weight division at all. But I could tell you Casimiro looks like he's a polarizing guy. He got the blonde hair right now. He's tatted the hell up. I mean, I never seen him, but now he looks to me like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You're right there. You need the Heimlich maneuver over there.
What kind of witchcraft was that, Doomy? You wanted to shinobi me, so you just did a little bit or something.
That's hilarious.
Yo, my boy was back there Nah, but bro, I don't know too much, but I'm interested now, Mario. I'm interested.
No, but Duke, trust me, I'm not saying I'm gonna pick Duke, but Duke is dude from Ghana that's trying to make a name for himself. I think that's gonna be maybe his third fight on US soil, stuff like that. So I've seen him. Well, I was introduced to him by a former co-host, right? What's his name? Ronji. I think he did some interview with him, and he was talking about him and all that. I think you've got a hungry fighter there that is not gonna come and just lay down essentially. So
not at all.
Like I said, I'm still picking Casimiro, but the Ghanaian coming from a good.
You picking for the culture, Chip? You picking for the culture?
I'm not picking for the culture, but I'm just inciting a few of our listeners to pick for the culture. Not up.
Trying to do it. Hey, everybody.
No, but don't sleep on him.
Bravo fight.
There's a lot of call-outs today.
I'm trying my best, my best Ness impersonation, man. He sent you guys the wrong way, man. He picked Pasillas, man. Damn. But no, I think it's gonna be a decent fight. Unfortunately, I think the Duke will come short, but it's gonna be decent, right? So.
Yeah, and he's been in there with some decent fighters too. He's fought Jonathan Aguilar, who was in there with Angelo Leo. He fought Janelle Rivera, who fought Guzman.
I saw that interview that we did on. I don't know who interviewed him, but it was in the pre-pro. You guys threw in the Pasillas interview. It was a while back, but
that probably was
cool.
Mookie Boxing.
I saw it. It was pretty dope, man, and I don't know. I didn't know him, and after seeing that interview, I kind of like the guy. So I hope he does well, man. He looks like he's pretty, down to earth.
He did well. He ruined it for 54% of the people that were in the Fantasy Pick'em League on Patreon.com.
I think that's funny, right?
Oh, I'm not even joking, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people
54%.
They were picking Pasillas, and at some point after the show, I see the percentages going the other way. I say, okay.
Oh, he shifted everybody. Yo, big super Mex in the building.
I got a few messages from people. Damn.
Super.
Oh, yeah. They said damn. Ness did me dirty, man. I was like,
yo, admit it. You never told me if I picked him either. I'm not like Mario. I had a real shot at winning.
Public service announcement. Public service announcement.
I was only 2 behind. Let me make an announcement before this, right? One thing that is very important for the Pick'em League, right? Please make sure that you check the league table, and if you see that anything that is not right, please let me know. It's what I'm running an Excel sheet with a lot of formula, and I also have a command to extract the information from the polls. Some of those things can go wrong, and one example I'm going to give you is Mr. 704. Let me know about something, and his point tally maybe not being quite right, off by 1 point. And I did some research earlier, and the poll for the tug fight was missing I think it was nine people, right? So that is now updated, but don't let it go for too long. Just let me know. I won't get mad. Trust me, those things can go wrong. So you do check and let me know if you see something. The sooner the better, to be honest.
public service announcement. We got big Super Mex in the building. There's 343 of us watching. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We appreciate it. If you get the time on the way in or on the way out. Go ahead, guys.
Cheers. Well, Supermax, why don't you catch us up real quick? I don't know if you heard who we've picked, but we've basically gone through both Charlo fights. And we went through the Brandon Figueroa real quick.
Man, you know what? I definitely got Jermall winning. I think he's going to put on an impressive performance. Hate that he's not the main event, the last fight coming up. From what I understand from Al Bernstein's Twitter, he's going to be on like around 8 o'clock. Then there's a 30-minute break, then the next 3 fights. So I was hoping he'd come on later than that, but I think he should put on a good performance. Now, Jermell, Coach Mitty said something the other day that I kind of, same thing. For some reason, man, I just got this feeling like he could be in a tough fight. My heart saying Jermell, but I wouldn't be surprised for an upset there. But I'm going with Jermell. And Brandon Figueroa should be quick and easy. I think he's gonna get another win. Look, he'll be looking good. He's definitely nothing like Omar. So.
And that's your point. Keeps getting made. It keeps getting made. Everybody's wondering why Jermall Charlo is not the main event. It's a unification fight, and then Derevyanchenko's coming off 2 losses. So you can't put him as the main event over a unification fight with 2 losses.
Unification against somebody who nobody really knows, man. You're talking about Jermall, whose name is constantly mentioned with Canelo.
But nobody don't know Derevyanchenko either.
A lot. You can sell that as the guy who got robbed versus Triple G. Everybody knows Triple G. People feel he got robbed versus Canelo. If you're trying to get Jermall in there with
if we're talking about
Canelo,
what we could sell, Superman, we could sell that Canelo ducked Jermall. If we're trying to sell Jermall,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying because you're trying to sell Jermall by selling Derevyanchenko, though.
But no,
listen. But his point is that there's more. It feels like there's more at stake for the Jermall fight. I think that's your point, right?
No,
I think you can get more in the end because if these numbers do bad, not only was he not the actual main event, because let's be real. Just like WrestleMania, whatever goes on last, that's the main event.
Word.
Okay, and then if these sales don't do well, what are you going to come to the table with Canelo with? Oh man, look, you did $200K and you weren't even the main fighter. Get out of here. You're going to get $2 million.
But you got to remember, at the same time, we're talking about one of the brothers having 3 belts versus them having 1.
Yeah, but what does that matter when you're trying to sell pay-per-views to the casual audience? Nobody knows Rosario.
Because
nobody knows belts.
Yeah, guys like
that's the best way because you have a fighter like Jermell Charlo who has the charisma, who has the ability to sell himself. Now he has that's another speaking point for himself. Not only do I think I'm the best in boxing, but I got 3 belts to show for it. Let me explain to you what this is all about with these belts.
From a business standpoint.
You know what everybody
from a business standpoint, for sure. I agree.
But
it's all about how much you can sell. But if you look at it, if Jermall Charlo beats a Derevyanchenko, I don't think his selling point goes through the roof unless he gets like one of them like crazy knockouts. Nobody knows Derevyanchenko.
But that's what I'm saying.
Coming off 2 losses. I mean,
I understand what you're saying, but from a business perspective, you got to look at this. Jermall, Derevyanchenko, those are Brahman opponents. Those guys from here. Where does Jermell go? Where does Jermell go from this fight? You're trying to push Jermall into the Canelo fight. That's the fight we all want to see, and you want to get him to get a fair offer. At the end of the day, I think they kind of shit the bed with this one, just putting him on first.
So not to cut you, where Jermell goes is he has to fight his mandatory, right? And if they don't call another mandatory, it's nonstop undisputed. Like I'm trying to collect all the belts.
Business? This is boxing's a business, man. Where's the money? The money fight is Canelo.
The money fight's Canelo.
And I want Jermall in that fight. That's why I feel like he should have been. You should try to make him come to the bargaining table. Look, I got this many pay-per-view draws. I got this win. I took out one of the potential opponents. You know, he's lined up everything right.
So then it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what time he comes on. Then it shouldn't matter what time he comes off. He's a draw. He should draw nonetheless.
You should be right, but that's not right. That's not the way. You know what I mean? Like I wish you were right. And I wish that's the way it was. You know, by that logic, it's like you could say that Danny Garcia Matisse should have been the main event that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not the way it works.
Not with Mayweather Canelo.
The casual fight.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. That under Francis's point of view, that's kind of like that you could make that argument. You know what I'm saying?
listen, the casual fans don't care. Like, you know, they're selling those two as a package, as a brothers. Like, they're interchangeable for the casual fans. They're gonna sell them as a story. Like, you know what? Oh, the twins that are doing their thing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but they never packaged the Klitschko's, man. You gotta stop that. Like after this, they
didn't
need to
do it.
separate
But the
it.
Klitschko went twins. Like, you know what I mean? The Klitschko went twins.
I mean, but they were still very
brothers.
similar.
They were brothers. They weren't twins.
He said they looked alike anyway.
Yeah, they were very similar.
Hey, for the longest, I thought they were twins.
They was always.
A lot of people thought that.
That's why the story's so good. The first twins to actually do something like this, it's not brothers, twins, man.
Yeah,
like, that's why the story's even better.
We've had some twins in the past, but I don't think, nobody remembers or cares.
Casual showing up on Saturday to my house thinking they're watching Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito fighting. Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, the twins.
He said, you never saw Twins? It's a classic.
Bruh,
That's
a classic.
Kindergarten Cop, baby.
Yo.
You want to watch Twins?
Yo, we're on the brink of signing a 175-pound fight. Dan the Man. Where's Dan from, bro? I'm
That's
literally
Heyman working in the background.
I'm literally working in the background. No, because it's interesting. Dan the Man is from Washington, and he was willing to fight anywhere between 160 to 175. His normal walk around is 168, but he could go lower, down to 160. He was really looking to fight at. His coach was looking to make him fight at welterweight for the Golden Gloves. He never got to do it at 152 Golden Gloves because of COVID canceled it. So he doesn't have any fights. So he was gonna join amateurs in a Golden Glove tournament, not just join an amateur fight. You know what I'm saying? So we got a guy, a Patreon by the name of Adrian Rowan, who Adrian, I believe, is from Boston or somewhere else. I'm sorry, but he's also 168 to 175, and he's got 8 years of experience, but only one amateur fight. But his job is that he runs a gym. So that sounds like a very, very good fight for both of us.
Let's cross our fingers, Ness. I'm this close. Just gotta finish dotting a few I's and T's. We could have the return of Jose Loco Sainz. Just working on to see if Vega's available.
Say what?
For this card.
Oh, snap!
Nah, he's not doing that, man. Like, don't think. I doubt it, man.
I think for this one he will.
I told you, Mitty. I talked to him.
He's playing with you, man.
I talked to him once. I told you, and he said that he wanted to come back, but he needed a cherry, so he's been working in the back, I guess.
I got him.
I talked to him. I talked to him
say that, but
he's not fighting, man.
I got him what looks like a cherry. Vegas coming off that first round stoppage loss. He's wanted to bounce back, and Jose was quick to say yes to that one.
Oh, Vega.
Woo! Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Hey, man, that'll make Jose what, 4-0 or 3-0 or 5-0? Which one?
Yo, it'd be 4-0.
Wow.
Yo, can't sleep on Vegas, man. Vegas is gonna come back.
Shout out to Rob, though. I didn't realize the genius. I think after this, he'll be the most active fighter. I think he would have done 4 straight.
Who?
The
Rob only has 2 fights. He only got 2 fights, though.
So this would be 3 straight.
Yeah,
outside
third straight.
Wars, right?
Third straight, yeah.
So he's quickly becoming the most consistent guy on the show, man.
Yeah, I mean, his fight's not official yet. Who's he
That's
fighting?
true.
Who's he fighting? You know what I mean? That's the thing. We need to settle those matches. I wish he could get them. Listen, if you imagine what would. Listen. Honestly speaking, think about this. By accident, this could become the best ever card. You're talking about. Look, Mitty already thinks Jose won't come back. People thought Jose was retired. So you're talking about the return of Jose, Canadian Jose. Then you're talking about the debut of the rock star that people thought, this dude's a duck. He's been saying he's going to be in Border Wars for 7 Border Wars. Thank you, my love. In Border Wars for 7 Border Wars and no Border Wars. So imagine if Rob the Genius really signs a contract to fight Robert Ortiz from Escape the Faith. Then on the undercard of that,
you got the return of Ant.
Anthony Edwards is back. Sony has his fighter Sonny on the card. I mean, excuse me.
The debut of Mario.
Izzy, exactly. The debut of Mario. It's so much like that by accident. This would have turned into like this huge card. But anyway, moving on. We are we were at Brandon. We did Casamayor. Luis Nery, I'm picking also by knockout. Listen, what's up with this Mario Barrios still being on the card? I'm going to pick Mario Barrios just in case this fight really is happening, but they did say that this was supposed to be on the Tank card. But if somehow Mario walks out tomorrow, I think he beats Ryan Cowboy Carl, and I think, I think Dayan is suit me up. Now he got me picking knockouts because I said Leary by knockout, and now I'm going Nery by knockout and Barrios to stop Carl. Carl's just not on his level. He's just like a slugger. But he's trained by Ronnie Shields. Or was. Nobody making no space.
No, is it trained like not Barrios, right? I thought Barrios was trained by
Barrios is by Virgil.
Virgil
Virgil's
right?
with Virgil.
Yeah.
Ryan Cowboy
But you're
Carl.
saying his opponent. Okay.
Yeah, his opponent is with Ryan.
Yeah, nah, I'm going for Mario Barrios. Like, I didn't even know that fight might not be on that card. Like, where did you hear that?
Well, because there's been, I think there's an article. Mario is really the one that knows. He had the article last time that said Barrios got shifted to the Leo card.
All right. So I'll keep an eye out. But if it is, yeah.
But we didn't do a poll for that one.
Definitely Barrios.
We didn't do a poll.
We did.
We did?
For Barrios?
Yeah, we did.
Word.
You ain't picking.
You crazy. Listen,
no.
There's still time. There's still time, champ. It don't close. Midi and the committee got new rules, so we close at midnight now on Friday. So you chill. Actually, yeah. It's actually 12:01 Saturday is what I set it to.
All right, so there you go. 12 o'clock Friday night. Polls closed.
So we still picking? I got Nery by knockout.
Let's pick just in case. Like I'm liking it that you go and you're very brave and you're picking up like the method of like of the win as well. Like you're going for the knockouts and that.
You gotta pick that. Come on, that's when you get precise. You got. I got Leary by the stoppage as well. That power is real in that left hand. Nery by knockout.
Nery? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could potentially see Daniel. Oh, did we get to that fight yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It sounds like you're going A side all the way though.
I'm just picking the fights that how I see it. That's just how I see it. When I look at the Mecha Styles make fights, right? And these matchups that they've put, it's almost like puncher versus boxer, to speak, except for Rosario and Mel because they both got power. But Derevyanchenko don't got that power to really trouble Jermall. That's why I think he's gonna be like, yo, I gotta get this guy up out of here.
You prefer the boxer to the puncher?
I prefer all day long, the sweet science, all day long. But if you got some power, I'm with it.
Y'all. Damn, Sony, I gotta we got a heavyweight fight. They both signed. The fees is in. It's Sony from Cincinnati. I know a lot of people gonna be picking Sony, and rightfully so. You've earned that by being a figure on the show daily, by creating boxing bars. So Sony's gonna have a lot of backing, and he's going up against DC's The Real Tank, 5'6", 280 versus 6'3", 260. Let's go, champ. Heavyweight fight on the card is it's getting good. It's getting good. And I hooked Sony up with Anthony Edwards, Queen City's own Cobra, who's also from Cincinnati, so they could get together and, if he wants, go to each other's gyms, all that good shit, get some work. Anthony said he don't care. He'll get in there and spar with him. Anthony's like a good 175 on a lean day. So when he's not, he's about 195. So he could definitely, and he's got Border Wars. He's pedigree already with the time and seniority, so he could help you out for sure. It's really good that you're in Cincinnati and he is too. I'm excited, man. We got a heavyweight fight. The casuals love heavyweights. We love them heavyweights, baby. Yo, Sony, you might be a champ, dog. You might be a champ, yo. I'm about to vacate. I'm vacating. I'm gonna have to give up the belt, bruh. Put them out there.
He vacating.
Let Tank in them. I'm gonna let Tank the new crop. The new crop. I'm going out on the
new crop.
I'm going out on the top like Vitali, baby. I'm out of here.
Who's gonna be the AJ champ?
I mean, that's the new crop. I don't know, man. I don't know who the new crop is. Tank.
He has to
Tank
emerge.
and Sony, man, they gotta emerge. But I'm excited. Yo, we this close to signing at 175. I'm telling you, the back end is smoking. Patreon messages is smoking right now. Listen, moving
Speaking
on.
of messages.
Go ahead, Doomy.
Super chats, man. We got a few of them. Let's get to our Patreons.
We stopped at Robert Hardy.
Call you Shopper Horrors.
No,
Yo, Kent Stone says, any rematch clauses for the 2 main events? Wow. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Well, it's interesting because it's hard to say that there is and hard to say that there isn't. The thing is this. I believe there will be simply because Rosario is technically with Samson Lewickovich Promotions and Derevyanchenko. We don't know what's really good with him, right? Like, he fights on DAZN. All we know is that he works with Al, but he's definitely managed without a doubt on paper by Keith Conley. So, that being said, Keith is going to do what's good for his fighter. Yes, he's going to work with Al, but you can see with Jacobs, who he also manages, with Berlanga, who he also manages, Comey, who he also... The list goes on and on. He'll take him to Top Rank. He'll take him to the zone. He's going to take him where the money's at. So it could get crazy if Derevyanchenko wins. So I'm pretty sure there's a rematch clause on there. You know,
word. All right.
Because the other Keith Conley managed fighter that does work with Al that hasn't gone anywhere is Adam Kovnacki, if you didn't know. So it's not like Keith is gonna be like, yo, F you, I won this belt, I'm out, because they do business. Obviously, Derevyanchenko's back on PBC. Remember, he fought on PBC air a few times before.
Title, I mean, yeah, usually don't title matches usually carry a rematch clause anyway.
They do, but we seen Sean not lose. That was a unification. I mean, we seen Sean not get one in a unification. We seen Danny not get one versus Thurman. You know, we seen mad rematches not happen. We seen Danny not. Well, that was Danny versus Sean for a vacant, or was Danny defending when he lost to Sean?
Vacant title.
Okay. Damn, Supermax, you be having everything on cap.
Dude,
Carlo, super.
Yo, this guy right here has like the brain, like the what's that part I forgot where the memory's at, bro? That's his whole brain.
Mario.
His medulla oblongata.
It's not like boxing's his hobby, and that's like what he like. It's everything, Cowboys,
bro.
Like
everything except algebra. Fuck that.
Yo, they call him super.
That was that Eminem line.
Yo, that's what I like.
How come I never good at that?
That's what I like. Look, they already in the back chat. I told you they was going to love Sony. They already in the back chat saying Nez Duck Sony. That's why I'm vacating, so I could come back and be two-time. But it's too easy to be two-time.
WBC.
It's too easy
to
be
two-time. You gotta stop
ducking
this work. Let me inspire you.
Nah,
okay?
Listen, it's too easy. It's too easy to be two-time.
Let me motivate you, champ.
Let me motivate you, champ.
It's too easy to be two-time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vacate, retire, come back, and win later in my 40s, so I could do better. Because I gotta be
Floyd Mayweather.
I gotta do it. No, I'm gonna do the George Foreman, so I could be the George Foreman of Borderwood. So I got whatever age Foreman was, I gotta or Hopkins, I gotta do that. But like come back at 50 and beat whoever's the Border Wars champ. Like give me that shot. I'm a merited status. Give it to me.
Where's the IBF belt?
Plus,
I want to have it in the back.
Plus,
yeah,
I got it on the
floor.
It in
the trash.
It's on the floor over there. That's what I'm saying. Plus, I want to vacate the IBF because I want the WBC. You know, Suleiman and me, we go way back, man. And I'd rather rock the real belt.
Did he really throw it away?
I mean, it's on the floor.
I don't know where it's at.
It's on the floor over there. But I'd rather vacate.
I would have just kept it from Dallas, bro. I know you didn't want to take care of it.
Think about this. Think about this. If I vacate, the other sanctioning bodies will rank me top 5 anyway, so I'll get a shot anyway, and I'll become the WBC. Fuck that IBF.
He's talking,
shit.
y'all. He's talking.
Fuck that IBF red shit. Nobody want that. There's only one true belt.
Hating on the IBF.
What was Ali's face on the IBF? No. We got Trey in the bay that says run that across the pond one time. Oh, Dan, actually that's 2 times because Stainless asked for it too, but we're gonna go ahead and combine that. Because Stanley's asked for it himself. And I forgot, I'm all into this pay-per-view build
Real
up.
quick,
Make
though,
sure you buy it now. Don't let Doomy interrupt you. You buy that right now. Get this pay-per-view so that Charlo does numbers and Canelo's like, what's up? Or imagine, right? If Charlo does numbers, we could get a Benavidez Charlo's pay-per-view. We don't need Canelo. We do the Earl route. Me and you. You, Mikey, I'm Earl. Let's do it. H-Town, stand up. Y'all stood up for Earl? Dallas stood up for Earl? Y'all gonna stand up for us? That's what I'm saying. We can do it if we support him. We can do it if we support him. Boxing Expert says on the Super Chat, who would win out of Canelo versus Chenko? Which Chenko? Loma? Nah, Derva. Come on, you know Canelo.
Yeah, he's like, that's Ness. He's like, there's no way he could be talking about Derevyanchenko. So he thinks he's talking about a fan.
Is what I'm saying. Like, how you gonna ask, could the pound for pound king numero uno, not beat someone that we know he can beat? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We had to go somewhere else. We had to go to the song. Yeah. That's right. We're going to the song.
Actually, we had like a ton of other
super chats.
Not the last.
All right, well, let me go to this Cash App because that's from a pound for pound. And then on top of that, Trey in the Bay, she like, what's that? When you doing Uno, she like, would you put the card on top of the Uno and power?
Reverse.
Nah,
plus
man. Plus 4. You know what I'm saying? Plus 2. But it's still the same thing, Mario. You got it. Okay, cross the pond. Here we go. Mitty ain't hear this yet. Oh, yes, he did.
I was listening.
Yes, you did. My bad. All right, is this playing or am I messing up here?
Yo, I don't know why you.
Oh, here we go.
I would buy this, man.
Nah, you already got it. You the $15 level. You get it, champ. Free download for you. Yeah. TBV mixtape. Mitty, give me some French, like, come on, we need that French introduction.
Yo, I do it.
I'm a real problem like Broner. Bring a lot of smoke like a stoner. If I hit you in your dome, bro, you gon' spin around like a revolver. Me and Stainless, we got this. Cross the pond, that's the hot shit. Boxing bars, better cop this. From London all the way to Long Beach. I'm Sugar Ray, you just salty, yo. Muhammad Ali, man, I rob dope. Leave you on the floor like an overdose. And I ain't even talking about smoking dope. I'm overdope. One left hook and it's over, bro. Left hook coming like Smoking Joe. Both of your eyes gon' slowly close. Looking like you came out of Tokyo. Man, I see through your lies like Pinocchio. All you do is run like the gingerbread. Blood on your scalp like a ginger head. I'm a boss in this thing like Mayweather. All I'm trying to do is get paid better. 10 ounces, straight leather. Back money, straight cheddar. Leave with a bag like Maidana. Stainless, yo, that's my mic partner. Even when I'm down, I fight harder. Never too late, man, I'm like Farmer. Soldier in this thing, I'm a ring general. Yeah, the kid's special. Got a lot of gas like I drink petrol. Body's gonna drop if I hit temples.
Idriss, sur un beat énervé. Il les a fait saigner.
Oh!
Mitty.
Yo, USA to UK. Stainless. From across the pond. Stainless, hard work, dedication. Talk money, you speaking my language. UK, you are here in the States, it don't matter, just sign them papers. Then we can make arrangements. In the Mecca of boxing, we can do it in Vegas, Brooklyn, Wembley, O2 Stadium. I ain't for all that explaining, bro. That's what I brought Idris and JP for. I'm sick like Tyson in the 80s, to killing the wise, eating the babies. When I get crazier, maybe shouldn't even play with us. Charged up on that crazy angel dust, speech banging just like Everlast tapped up and tapping that cranium. My lines come at you like a Tank Davis punch. This that mixtape is volume 1. Spitting these boxing bars across the pond. Going bananas, ape shit, Donkey Kong. Get a body on box, and I'll come home. It's lamps to the slaughter. So tags in the coffin. My man, you talking. I'm on that Cesaro face to face at the press conference. I throw tables and you throw water. Family screaming Ricky when I burn it with the Crawford. You sound moist, so speak a little softer. You can drown the boat with blood, think of the water. Just be cautious, come from Jack Johnson, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali Boumaier Rumble. My only advice for you brothers: stay hungry, stay humble.
Mitty, you notice how he ended it with that AJ bar? So it could be a signature across the pond. Damn. Doomy, you got some super chats, or you want me to jump on that?
Nah, I've been trying to jump in. I got them if you want.
Go for it.
All right, we got Ken Stone, and he says 3-weight world champ with Pac-Man promoted. I think that might have been something that was being referenced earlier. Brandon Marie says, "Free the goat, unlock the shackles and chains."
He talking about Casemiro, or however you pronounce it, Mario. Come on, that's supposed to be your dude, and you ain't even like
Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro. That's what he talking about. He from Philippines. He promoted by the Philippinian Pacquiao King. Come on, man. Paint the story. Tell the world that we supposed to tune into this fight because this is the guy that may or may not knock out Inoue. Like, you don't even build it up, man. Where's the build
Literally,
up?
we talked about it for like 5 minutes.
Where's the
like
build
30
up,
minutes
man?
ago.
Yo, who Brandon talking about? Free the goat, unlock the shackles and chains.
Him, because he had an opinion.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about himself.
Yo, my man was timed out.
Yeah, I had to time him out.
timing.
He was out here fat shaming, bro.
He caught the brotherly timeout and shit.
He was out here fat shaming. He need to get in the ring. He gonna be fat shaming. He talking about, listen, that's what Border Wars is about, because now you got that fight, so now you really gonna put in the mouths. Why? Because the pros put in the mouths. You don't put in the pros the mouths don't put in you, because in the gym it's gonna go down. I'm telling you. That's just how it go. You know?
Yeah, who that get your ass whooped to have you running for real.
Word,
Who That Nation comes in and says, "Don't forget Jermall took Canelo opponent 2 lions only." All right.
Okay.
Took the opponent. All right. And the next one is from Louisville. Oh, no,
it's
actually,
over.
it's just LV
It's over.
Slugger.
It's over. Tank done sent the number. The man got an iPhone. Oh, he in the Border Wars chat. It's on. You know,
That's it?
Sony got an iPhone and he sent it. So he's in the Border Wars chat. It's on. It's about to get crazy. We
It's
got
certified.
heavyweights in the chat now.
Damn.
It's getting crazy.
LV Slugger says, "Never had twins on this level in boxing before. A selling point like that could bring a boxing game back if they get big enough, in my opinion." Yeah, hell yeah. Imagine
I mean, the marketability is there. The potential's there, man. It just...
Charlo's on the front cover. New
is.
boxing game? Possible.
I really wish they would have kept this off on Fox at least.
Bigger network? More viewership?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about this one? Sarcastic Sarcasm says, "Chavez Jr. weigh-in was ridiculous. He looked out of shape and hyper-anxious."
Yo, look here. I was just about to say, Doomy, can you believe it's 2020 and Chavez Sr. is fighting tomorrow and Mike Tyson fighting in a few months?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What's going on?
I'm gonna talk to my dad tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Pops, man, you know that since
Are we doing a live fight chat for that?
Hell yeah. For everything.
I'm on. I want to be there for Senior.
He said for anything." Yo, real quick, some more super chats just came in. Max says, "Stainless, Idris, fire emoji, triple times." Yeah, that shit go hard, bro. Across the pond.
I'm telling you, I don't even want to be a $15 patron. I want to buy that, man.
What
Just
is
like,
that?
where
10
can I
ounces
buy
of leather?
that?
Well,
Just trying to get
Yo,
that shit.
Sergiy really want to run to that. He want to hit
Stainless.
the bag to that.
I'm telling you, man. I was like, damn, man, that's fire, man. Like $15 anyway, man. Where can I donate something, man? You know,
Nah,
there must be that.
he actually said he was thinking about making hard copies. Even Idris wants to make hard copies of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can download it for sure, but yeah, that thing's gonna be playing in my car, man.
Yo, boxing expert just came in and said, "So Canelo is favorite against La Gata, toughest fight, but she would beat him. Let that sink in, gatitos." Laughing my ass off.
Yo, the boxing expert, let me ask you, if you're a real Canelo fan, why wouldn't you want him to do well so we can get that fight? So you can prove the point.
You see, like
I want Jermall to get that fight.
Supermax is on that chess move kind of thing, man.
You see that?
just
He
saying,
want
like,
that.
You know, like, yeah, let him win, man. Let him be happy for now until we crush them later, man. You know, so.
Yo, he's feeding Seymour out there, Super
Hey,
Seymour Canelo.
that's a dangerous strategy, like Supermax. What if like he slips Canelo, man?
Then it
You
was
won't be
meant to
happy,
happen, dog. I'm a fan of Jermall.
Oh yeah,
Meant to happen, dog. Look
Texas,
here.
Texas.
I grew up with my favorite fighter losing damn near his every biggest fight he ever had outside of August, man. So I'm well prepared.
Damn. You're a fan of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.,
Oscar De La
man?
Hoya was my favorite fighter coming up.
So wait a minute. We got done with that particular card where Brandon Figueroa. Did we go to Daniel Roman? No, right?
No, we didn't do Daniel Roman. We didn't do Luis Neri. I think we did it very quickly.
No, we did Neri.
We did Neri.
Yeah, just Francis. No, wasn't it just Francis that just gave his opinion? But yeah, I mean that's.
Ness gave his opinion on Neri too. I think Doomy did as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's gonna.
I think we're all on the same page. Yeah, we're all on the same page.
I pick A sides. This is what we're doing right now.
That's what he said. Like, we're going with Francis, man. He's showing the blueprint there. Say pick A sides.
So what's up with this Bakram Murtasaliev versus Manny Woods, Mario?
Who's Manny Woods?
I have no idea. Sounds like a golfer, but.
It's
Tiger's brother.
Oh yeah, that's Tiger. That's a good one. That's what I was gonna say too. Yeah, man. I don't really know. I know Bakram's supposed to be, the favorite.
They're building him up, right?
And Twitter, yeah, they're building him up, and Twitter seems very high on him. So I can give you Twitter's point of view right now. But yeah, I mean, is it gonna be televised, that one, right?
Aegis Klima's got this.
All those fights will be televised, no?
Yeah. It was a 6 because it was Supermax said it.
Two separate cards, right?
Yeah, and then the 3, and then the Mel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm picking Bakram Murtasaliev, Mortadela or whatever. Yeah, I'm picking him because he's obviously the A side right now, and I don't know what my man Manny Woods is doing these days, but. He's 16, 19, and 1. 33 years old. Last time he fought was in 2019. His last 3 fights before this were losses. So he got retired in the corner by Charles Conwell, which one of the kids, up and coming young men that I'm excited about. I think he's gonna be a wrecking machine, Charles Conwell. So yeah, guys, I think it's obvious where we're going with this one. Manny Woods, vaya con Dios.
Next. All right. Yeah. Sam.
Yo, didn't we get to see Conwell spar? Didn't Conwell spar Sergey that day?
No, he did not.
Who he sparred?
He was.
Wait, when you went to watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw Conwell? I thought it was Khalil and Conwell.
Khalil. Yeah, damn, it's not Khalil. It's
Hitro.
Kyle Elliott. I don't know.
Yeah, you go Kyle Elliott. He was the one that was sparring Derevyanchenko.
Kasha Elliott?
Kasha Elliott, yeah. But
bro, you see his sister? Bro,
yeah,
I cannot believe, bro. 17, I thought she was ready to be a pro. And then his father told me she was only 17, man.
That whole new team, bro, is fly as hell.
We gotta go to that gym. That's right here. Like he's in Plainfield or something.
That whole Olympic team, that whole American team right now is hot.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. Your son, that's blessed right there, Mitty. Imagine both.
Mitty, she can fight, Mitty.
Imagine both your son and your daughters are amateur standouts. You know, amateur standouts, 9 and 10 nationals each. What the hell?
That's beautiful,
shit,
man.
Hell that's yeah, that's beautiful.
Shit's serious.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's beautiful, but that's hard at the same time, man. You know, I told you before, like, you know, when it's our kids, like, slightly different, man. Especially like for you know, our partners, right? But you know, we can deal with that, but like, you know, we always react a little bit differently. I think anyway.
I'm glad.
Nah, of course.
I'm glad we haven't got him on the show since we went to see him, because I've been able to start following him, his father, and his sister, and get to know a little bit. Yo, they Cuban. I didn't even know. We gotta find out that story. Exactly, they Cuban. Crazy. I didn't even know that. I guess it's maybe the mother. Cause I know Archie, if he Cuban, he gonna shot. I mean, don't get me wrong. He look as dark as Ugas, but he ain't say nothing in Spanish. And he didn't even have that, like, you know, that maybe. You know what I mean? If he busts out in Spanish,
he a sleeper.
If he busts out in Spanish, I'm like, what the hell? Oh yeah, Chico. Okay, voila.
Yeah, you got some Latinos that's like that, yo. They just, you know, you never know. You was one of them.
I was one.
You stand next to Ness, all of a sudden you start talking. Oh, hey, ¿cómo tú estás? Like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, be like that, man.
I used to like to stay quiet. But what is next? We're on ESPN. We're on to ESPN.
The Josh Taylor fight.
Uh-oh.
Coach Mitty defending his IBF WBA junior welterweight titles.
Yo.
This should be the fight that leads to Ramirez if you're thinking rationally.
Yo,
that's like a BT Sport card, you mean? Is that what?
Yeah, well, it's on ESPN too, though.
Yeah,
For us, it's on ESPN Plus.
I'm just playing. You know?
Yo, who is this guy that Josh is fighting, dude? Like, sorry,
man.
This name is out of my realm.
It's a guy from Thailand, isn't it? Like Khongsong.
Yeah, this is why I said I love BT Sports. Look at, if you're watching us on YouTube, check out how they gave you the tail of the tape, something that Top Rank didn't do. I know it's something small and you guys are like, that's whatever, but I think it's important to share information and sell the story, and that's what they did. They made you think that this guy is just as good as Josh Taylor to the casual fan. Taylor's 29. This guy's 24. They're both 16-0. Taylor has 12 knockouts. He has 13. Identical height. This guy has a longer reach. I said to myself, damn, maybe I should ask Mario and Mitty, is this guy like a relative of a Chris John or something? And could he upset this guy? Are we sleeping here? Could he be Kit Kat? Could he be Kit Kat? We don't know if this guy's eating rats and he's gonna come out here. Remember that was Kit Kat's story.
If it's what? If
he, what? Yeah, remember?
Bro, he eating rats like no escape.
You remember
shit.
Kit Kat
Ray
said
Liotta.
that? Kit Kat said he was in his country eating rats and, this is his opportunity. You don't remember that?
Hold on, isn't Soy what is it? Soy Ranguasai?
Yeah, that's
Isn't he
Kit Kat.
Isn't he Thailand? That's what he eats after his fights. That's his delicacy.
Told you.
They
Yo,
barbecue rats.
Why am I the only one that heard that?
He understood it differently. He said like you're eating rat because he's like struggling and he doesn't want to go back there
exactly.
anymore. You just say
nah, yo, I definitely.
That made it sound like you're reaching under the bed.
No, I definitely.
He biting rats' heads off like Ozzy Osbourne.
No, let me tell you something. Mitty is right. I'm glad he corrected me. I definitely said it incorrectly. I did think he was eating it. I thought it was a poverty story that HBO was selling us when I heard it. I didn't know it was a delicatessen. I thought it was a poverty story they were selling me.
Put it like this, Ness. Put it like this. When you're poor, you eat certain things. When you get money, you still eat some of those things that you used to eat when you were poor. It's kind of like that thing, It's kind of like that thing that you like, that you always stick to.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
not just being poor. Do me.
Yeah.
Be honest. When's the last time you made a spread?
A spread? Damn. Yo, now honestly, dog, been a while, man.
Really?
Been a while, man.
Hey, but every now and then, do you just kind of like...
Bro, let me tell you something. I used to, even up to like, I'm going to say like maybe 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, I did. And it's crazy you say that because it's something that you just like, fuck it, let me put this together real quick. But
just the way you, because when you're in there, you're like, man, I'm never gonna eat this shit again.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like little antojitos and shit that you like, I kind of want to taste that again. The crunched up Doritos and all. Like, come on, you could do so much with them shits. But nah, man, I haven't hit me up in the hookup in like 3-4 years, champy. I let it go. I'm not there. No more locked doors.
Public service announcement. Public service announcement. We have 314 people watching us right now. We appreciate it. We thank you so very much. But do us another favor and just smash the thumbs up button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you haven't.
Yo, show my man some love. It's day 3, day 2. He out there. Y'all get them likes up, man. Yo, Coach Mitty, by the way, next time you're in Texas, I'm going to hook you up with some tamales, man, got my granny.
Tamales.
Let her know
No
it's Coach Mitty.
problem, I appreciate that. I was asking the other day, right? So that's cool, man.
Got it.
I appreciate it.
Put me on the list.
I got you, man. We'll bring
the right ones,
a dozen.
You know what I'm saying? They'll make like the bean and they'll have like the beef, the pork.
What are you talking about? Of course his grandma is going to do the right one, man. Don't worry about that.
No. I mean like preference. Like, you got to taste different ones, I mean.
Yo, you know me now, I'm
Oh.
vegetarian, but my mom used to make some mean de carne de puerco,
Yo.
pig and beef, man. Them shits was slamming, bro.
no.
I be missing some of my mom's food with the
Don't
meat,
talk
man.
about pig, man. That's no cool, man.
Hey, swine, bro. You be crazy yourself, bro. We grew up off of that shit.
Yo, by the way,
I know,
Jordan
I'm
Baker is
playing.
crazy. He said he threw up with Menudo, man. I couldn't believe this
Yo.
guy.
but listen, like,
Oh,
you know,
I know. I heard him say that, or I read it.
whether like Josh Taylor and Khongsong, right? The one thing that we've got to say about that fight, right? And I don't think it will be competitive, but it is mandatory, right? So it's not as if like, I mean, dude kind of came out of nowhere, so I don't know, I haven't seen him at all to just say like, he's like a dangerous mandatory, but with that type of record, you can't sleep on someone, right? And I don't think he's going to mess the bag because Taylor is smart enough to have left no stone left unturned, right? So, and also the fact that it's going to be his first fight with a new trainer might play into the equation also. But he's with Ben Davison, right? So he was with Shane McGuigan before. That can play a factor in it. But both those trainers are good. And I don't think that Ben is going to allow him to be complacent. And that's been the talk throughout the build-up. He said, like, you know what? That's my mandatory. The record suggests that he can punch a bit. And I don't want to make a mistake. I should be winning that fight, technically. And I don't even want to look ahead to the Ramirez fight. But we obviously know that this is what promoters want. This is what Taylor want. This is what Ramirez want. But you got to take care of your mandatory sometimes. So hopefully that Khongsong doesn't come and just like, mess the bag up. But you can't sleep up, right? So we've seen some of those guys like, you've seen John O'Carroll, right? Just coming on a COVID card and maybe not being prepared to his best. The sign out there to me to show that Taylor hasn't taken that approach. He's looking like shredded. He's looking kind of like ready. And I mean, that should be a win for him. So, but like, I don't know too much about Khongsong to tell you that he's going to upset the apple cart. But
so has anyone seen this guy?
I'm taking a look at him right now, and I mean, to be honest with you, you can't really take too much because I don't know who the hell he's fighting. I don't know who's Akira Kondo. And, they're in there now. What I can't tell you that, like Josh Taylor, he's tall, he's rangy, he looks in shape in this fight. What I'm noticing is that he knows how to fight on the back foot. He throws jabs, a lot of jabs, but like I haven't seen enough of him. I can't.
Usually,
now, this is what's funny
Thai
to me.
fighters don't excel at that weight class. Like they usually, when they're killers at like, all the way up to featherweights. Like, below that, it's like kind of difficult to find guys up there because of their stature usually. So I mean, I know it's a general statement to make, but I really think that Josh Taylor will have too much for him, just based off that. But if he surprises us, then that's our fault, right?
He looks strong. I
Yeah,
say that, Mitty. He looks strong. He looks.
It does. I mean, his record like suggests it, man. Like 16-5, 13 KO, right? So yeah,
Yo,
man.
wait, and he's boxing on the back foot. Looks like he got some flavor, champ. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into him. I'm not even kidding. I'm not souping it up like, he's gonna be Josh Taylor. What I'm saying is that for somebody that I didn't know who the hell he was, and I'm just watching like about 2 minutes.
That's the stories of mandatories. Like not all of them are.
good.
Some of them are, kind of like mandatory, and you wonder why they even mandatory.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said before, you have to have like a. You have to fight your mandatory because that's their chance to shine. That's their chance to grab the opportunity. So I'm sure he's gonna come there and grab an opportunity. For him, this is the fight of a lifetime. What? Let me do it, and then change a lot of things for myself.
Of things.
There's levels though, and usually when you haven't been on that level just yet, then it means that. Most of the time, it means that you're not going to be competitive with a guy at the very elite level.
I wonder if he's done any Muay Thai fights, right? I wonder if
he
he's
probably
done
has.
Because those guys are tough, bro.
He probably has. Like that's how they grow up, man. Before they even just like go into like traditional boxing that we know. they would have done more time, and so.
Or,
Yo.
but I'll tell you though, real quick, the mandatory doesn't work because of the lack of continuity. You looked at the tournaments like the World Boxing Series, the Super Six, like the continuity's there. You know what fights mean what and what fights matter, and they're all under the same platform, under the same network. Talked about in the same kind of context. But you have mandatories like this, where it's like out of nowhere. How you expect people to really get invested?
Yo, we dropped the ball again.
No,
I'm not even
8
blaming.
o'clock. I'm
not even blaming y'all. I'm not even blaming y'all.
In the pre-pro.
What? I don't see
yeah.
nothing.
Brooklyn Senior.
Bro,
I figured
Mario, we just told you a few days ago to interrupt when things are important, man. Interrupt. You can't text shit like that. That's the way. When a mastermind, it needs his boomerang, or a boomerang needs his boomerang, or there's a super or a counterpart. Those are interrupts. You got to interrupt, especially a guest. So, guys, we were supposed to have El Brooklyn Senior, Teofimo Lopez Senior, but we dropped the ball. We're late by an hour.
Or did he message you or something? Or how do you know?
Yeah, he messaged me, and now I don't even know what to say because this is the second time we've done this.
Tell him we had a scheduling issue. It's better to tell him though. Just tell him quick scheduling issue, apologies, tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Freaking
damn, how you do my paisano like that,
No,
champ?
I told you, and you
how you ain't put it on the calendar with the alarm?
You
know what, too? I was man, dog. I'll take the L because I swear to God, I put it in the notes in the topic, and then I thought, nah, I'm just gonna delete it. Why would I do that for the first time? Because I've only done that one other time, and it really didn't make any sense. It was looping. It was about
that. Yo, so real quick, moving on.
And actually, if he's waiting, why don't we just put him on now?
I don't think he's waiting.
I mean, if he messaged you, if you tell him that we've got a scheduling issue.
He messaged me. I'm just seeing his message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ned's looking at it, not trying to open it.
I need an intern. I told y'all, man. I need there's no way I can handle all that, but I try. One day we get a little train that could. I'm picking Charlie Edwards. This is his bounce back fight. Everybody knows he didn't look too good, so I'm sure. And he switched promoters, so they're gonna treat him nice.
Yeah, they're gonna treat him nice, and also I mean. He took his L bad,
I just want to add that I'm going to go the other two A sides as well.
Okay. A little bit of background on Charlie Edwards, obviously, as you can imagine, taking an L like that, and
Martinez iced him.
A lot of people just also throwing shades at him for the rematch, right? So from a mental health perspective and all that, he just went down the hole. He said he was drinking every day and stuff. He shared his story a little bit.
Wow. And, after the Martinez loss?
Yeah. He went on holiday and stuff, tried to, drown his sorrow in alcohol, man. And then it's actually, and we were talking on Untitled, right? How can a woman ask for half the bag when you divorce and all those things? And we had that back and forth. Yeah. The reason why I sent the video of Charlie Edwards in a pre-pro is just to tell you, man, hey, he's giving all the credit for what he is right now to a girl that he just met. He said that she made me change all my perspective around. So he met a girl basically, and she refocused him, and now he's happy. It seems like, he's smiling, he's getting a second chance with a second promoter and all that. So, but I mean, obviously he's getting a gimme fight. You have to pick him as an A side, maybe in another 2-3 fight, that's when he may be put into a test. But for now, it's going to be a rebuild job, Anyway, that was just the quick background story, man.
Damn. Well, you know what? He was on a winning streak right before that Martinez fight.
If y'all see him jump on, he's available. I just was like, are you still available?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got to try something. Yeah,
Sent them the link.
Vamos campeón.
Vámonos.
Yo, real quick, man. Let me get to some of these super chats real quick. You got boxing experts that says, muchos pollitos que apenas nacieron ya se quieren pelear con el gallo. Ya le dieron oferta. Se quieren hacer como Canelo, pero falta los huevos. Pay-per-view fail.
Damn.
All right.
Why you gotta end it in pay-per-view fail though?
Yeah. Why you gotta end it in pay-per-view fail?
Why you gotta end like?
And
Yeah.
why you only put that in English so that everyone understands that?
Yeah. Why you gotta wish like bad? That's not like this is boxing. You don't want the other dude to do bad. You just want your guy to win, bro. Come on.
He said a lot of little baby chicks that just were born trying to fight the big rooster. They already gave him an offer. If he wants to be born like Canelo, but he won't and can't because he lacks balls. Pay-per-view fail. Yeah. Yeah, 13 million. Look, 13 million was a lot of money, but
Yo,
you know you
do me.
Yeah.
And Joseph's here. Maybe he can help.
What's up?
The gallo, you're not supposed to literally translate that, right? Because that's more like when you say gallo is the same way that Jermell and Jermall say they're the lion, right? Because for Hispanics, el gallo, that we're associating it with rooster fighting. So usually our gallo is that rooster that's badass beats every other rooster. So I don't think it's a literal translation, Doom.
it's an idiom. It's an idiom.
It's
an idiom.
Just saying. I could
I
be
mean, at
wrong.
least he didn't say cock. I mean,
Yeah, thank you. No, it's an idiom, but like for those that don't know, you know, in our culture in Spanish, especially in the Mexican, Central American culture, if I say yo, super es el gallo, you know, it's el mero gallo, like yo, that's the big guy, right? That's the big dog. That's the main rooster right there. You know, so when I translate it, muchos pollitos, I could say a lot of little cats, little homies that just was born into this earth. They want to fight with the big dog on the block. You know what I'm saying? They already gave him an offer. If he wants to be born like Canelo, si quieren hacer como Canelo, pero le falta huevos. He wants to be like Canelo, but he lacks balls. So there you go. A little better translation there with the idioms. R. Jonesy says, "Hey, I still be eating syrup sandwiches," laughing my ass off.
Yo, hey, Ness.
No, not too many people know about those, man. Nobody knows about the
I like how
sandwich.
they sleeping on Tank in the back car. Sony. Keep going, keep playing. Yeah, they sleeping on Tank. My bad, y'all. Border Wars is back. You know I get distracted easy with Border Wars.
Especially your first time going in.
Don't sleep. Sleep is the
Hey, it's like right when your fight is up next, that's when shit really get real in your mind. You're like, oh damn, we're here now.
Yeah, I know. And then the short chubby guy ain't looking like a short chubby guy. He looking like the guy that wants to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you just never know, man. Yo, one match that surprised me and we talk about all the time was you, Super, and Santi. The punch volume, fuck. That was punch. Yo, telling you.
That's why I say too, don't sleep on nobody, man. Look, 2 days before the show, because Ness knows I always listen back to TBV. The only person that gave me a shot to at least go 3 rounds was Doomy. Ness talking about I'm gonna get stopped in 2.
That's
true.
That's true. That's true. Listen to me. Look. Like they are doing, the back chat is doing. I judge the book by its cover. You gave me your statistics. I just said to myself, I get tired and I go out there running. Like, you prove me wrong. You prove me you became like the Areola and the Adam of Border Wars because I thought you wasn't going to throw punches.
But without that, I don't know if I'd have pushed myself as hard without hearing everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you got to be careful. You start talking crazy and telling these guys they ain't gonna last. Somebody will come in and surprise you.
Nah, and I'm glad. Listen, I knew that Sony would be a favorite, because he's you're part of the show every day. Like, people are gonna root for your success. You know what I mean? I just wish Boxing Expert did the same for the Charlos. We're moving on to.
Now, hold on. Ness wanted me to get stopped because he wanted to avoid my 4-fight plan. They robbed me.
Bruh, how many fights are you on?
He's scared, y'all. He's scared.
You got a lot of heavyweights now that you can deal with. Like there's a lot of people for you.
I gotta clean up that mess though, man. That's if I could have it my way, I want that one back first.
Which one?
Just because I felt like I won.
Which one?
We got a draw, man.
With who?
With Santi.
You're not ready, dog. You get a draw with Santi, you're not ready, dog. I'm just saying. You got a lot of work to do, champ. Get your work together. All right, because Eddie is the chubby weight king out there. I'm passing the torch to Eddie. I think he got this, man. Listen, we moving on to.
Yo, is
quick hits.
Brooklyn Senior not coming on?
Well, he ain't hit me back. You know, that's how things are. Sometimes you don't. You know, you take long. They may be like, "Yo, man, fuck off."
Okay.
Yo, shout out to
He
Lopez
might be like, "Yo,
Senior,
man,
though, we appreciate you, man."
He might be like,
We
"Yo,
dropped
man, get
the
your
ball
Kong
on
song
that one.
off, man. Get your Kong song off out of here."
He'll be like, "Yo, deja de cagar el palo, Nestor."
Yo, let's go to the quick hits. 5-second answers, gentlemen.
Ooh.
Do me.
Let's go.
Charlo.
Quick hits, 5-second answers. You want me to start?
Which Charlo is most likely to score a KO? Go.
Boom. Okay, most likely to score a KO, I'm going to go with Jermall Charlo, the big pro.
That's it. He said 5-second answers. Those are Mario's rules. You didn't answer in time. No, I'm joking, but he did say 5-second answers, which is crazy.
I might put 15 seconds.
Damn! I was ready to give you a little sustenance. No meat on the bone.
Even with 15 seconds.
Yo, hey.
You could have like to answer like stainless on his rap, man.
Yo, he said 5-second answer. Yes. Which Charlo's most likely? Jermell. That's it. Yo, it's like quick answer. Nah, but do me, go for it.
All right, Charlo most likely to lose.
No, that's not what
it's
Yo, this guy, you want both of them to lose? Yo, what's up with the Charlos? Yo, what's up with y'all?
No, I'm reading what Mario wrote. What are you talking about?
No, the first question is Charlo most likely.
I'm on the second one.
Yeah, but you got to answer the first.
I did.
He did.
All right, so then we gonna move on to the next. I ain't want you to go all 3 in a row. Get out of here, man. Trying to take the lead
in
on
5
it.
seconds long. I mean, I could do it in 15 seconds.
Because it's good to stay on one question around the board rather than the next people hearing all 3 questions having time to switch it. You ruined it, man.
All right, go ahead.
Nah,
go ahead, hit it. Let's go.
I'll go next.
So
Jermall gonna make a statement.
Yo, you got your camera off. Which Charlo is most likely to score a KO midday?
You're muted. You don't count.
You're muted. 5 seconds up.
Yo, I'm saying like Jermall. I said it before in my breakdown. He is the one who's gonna get a KO against Derevyanchenko.
Oh, so you mean Jermall because you just said Jermell.
Yeah, Jermall.
Yeah. And Francis.
Yeah, I'm going with Jermell.
Oh, okay. Mario.
Jermall will score a knockout. It'll be on a counter, and it will flatten Derevyanchenko.
Wow, is that an over/under bet? Which one?
Wow.
If it's over, I'll be like,
I'm going.
around 7.
I'm going. Yeah, I think Jermall is more likely to get the knockout. Actually, maybe Jermell because again,
hold on. Am I the only one out here?
No,
Am I the only one?
I think maybe Jermell. No, I
Man's got 1 foot out there with you.
Yeah, I do got 1 foot out because again we talked about Rosario looking a little bit softer. Derevyanchenko has
30 seconds. This, come on.
Yo, you right. But I'm taking 30 seconds because you got your camera off. But now I'm gonna go Jermell. I'm gonna go with Jermell. All right, the next question is, do me. Charlo most likely. Which Charlo most? Yo, Mario, you was in a rush and skipping words. Which Charlo most likely to lose?
Charlo.
It's a hateful question. Hey, yo, I want the audience to know that this is Mario's questions, and it's a pretty hateful question. Which Charlo most likely
the point
to lose?
is that you think both of them are gonna win. That's how I'm coming at it.
Yo,
so
I'm
then,
tell you
if you don't think that, then which one has the most chance of losing. You get what
I'm
I'm
gonna say
saying?
it like this. Look, I was gonna say this earlier in the
Not
show.
a hater.
According to Doomy, both of them
I
losing.
believe that the Charlos either win together or lose together in this time around. That's
Get out of there with your Mystic Mac predictions. Stars aligning. The Charlos will win or they'll lose.
Has activated.
He called them Mystic Zach prediction.
Yo, Mitty, which Charlo most likely to lose?
I said Jermell against Rosario, right? So,
you think Rosario can do it?
Huh?
You think Rosario possibly can do it?
He can possibly do it, but I said I'm not brave enough to pick
That's right.
Rosario because I still think that Jermell wins, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be rocky. So, yeah, Rosario could do it. So Jermell could lose.
Gonna be rocky.
I'm gonna have to say, if I have to, I'd choose none. But if I really had to choose, I would say Jermell, and it would be by body shot.
Damn, you think Jermell gets stopped by Rosario by a body shot?
Because Rosario goes to the body. That's what you can watch. He goes to the body.
As he should.
He does do the 1-2 to the body.
To the body.
But that's why he gets hit with the hook, because he goes like that 1-2, and then he tries to come up with the left hook of zone. He gets caught, man. Poor kid.
But I think the Charlo's too. I mean, first of all, too
conditioned.
They foot, too conditioned, and then like they won't allow just to go on to have like an inside war and everything. If they touch them
but what if it's that De La Hoya B-Hop body shot where you can't control it?
Yeah, I mean, if that's a pitch of a shot, then there's nothing you can do about it. Anyone can get.
The problem is, I feel that Rosario has the size, and the athleticism to really make it a phone booth fight with Jermell, and I can't remember.
You think he's gonna keep him on the ropes there?
I think with he showed that, and that's what Alex was saying. That's what Doomy was saying, that if you watch the Williams fight, he showed a little bit of that pressure and pushing the fighter against the rope to get his body shots and his big left and right hooks off. So
I mean, maybe that'll be good.
But can you tell the last time Jermell was in a fight like that, where he was actually under pressure fighting?
No, because it doesn't allow that. I don't think they allow that. I think that they're quite good at just like keeping their distance, and that's the athleticism that we know of those guys have, right? So I don't see them just staying on the ropes. They will pivot off the ropes. They like that type of movement, right? So
Yeah, let me just give mine real quick. I think if one was to lose, it'd be most likely Jermell coming in too aggressive, getting caught with something he didn't see.
Yeah, that's the tail, right? That's
only because Derevyanchenko don't got no power to stop Jermall. That's why.
I don't know.
He doesn't have power.
Banana got more of the power.
To do like a one punch.
But that TKO.
But the TKO, I mean, you just that style he's got. It's aggressive enough. It comes with, if he gets his opportunity, that he could that could happen. I could see that. But one punch, I understand what you're saying. But I'm gonna pick Mel too. I think that Rosario. Everything Francis said, he's got the size, he's got the power, and that's the thing is we just don't know which version of Rosario shows up that night, and it's really a difficult fight to pick if you assume the best. It's a little easier if you don't assume the best. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's true for everybody, but with Rosario, I think it's different levels. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll pick Rosario or Jermell, I guess. Was that everybody got that one right? Okay, so I'll go to the last one. This is playing Heyman.
Working.
Let's go with Doomy Charlo. Which Charlo has the biggest opportunity following September 26th pay-per-view card?
Ooh, I'm gonna say Jermell, man. If Jermell wins,
because you think Jermall's losing, so yeah.
No. I think Jermell is losing. But if Jermell does win, I think that, because he's unified and he has that status, he'll be in a better position. But who's to say? Derevyanchenko, he's fighting Jermall, and I'm thinking like, what are they getting out of this fight? Afterwards. I mean, is Derevyanchenko really serving as a test? Because the way I see it, this is Derevyanchenko's, I'm not gonna say last shot, but this is gonna be his shot in a little bit. He's been trying to get this shot for a while, and I don't think that. I think that Jermall goes to a very important fight after this also. But as far as solidified positioning, yeah, the unification puts Jermell in a good position for them. Right.
Big Supermax, question to you. Which Charlo will have the biggest opportunity following September 26th pay-per-view card?
It's easily Jermall. Like I said, what's out there that interests you from Jermell? Nothing. At the very least, Jermall makes a statement. Triple G. Look good again. You can get Triple G. And, of course, if you make a big statement, there's Canelo.
Yeah. Word. Francis, same question to you.
Here's my take. Listen, I hear you guys saying with Jermall, and right now the big fish would be a Canelo or a Triple G fight. The problem for me with a Canelo or Triple G fight is Canelo wants to fight Yildirim. Canelo is in the business of choosing the fights that he wants at this point in his career. So I don't want to bank Jermall's career on getting a Canelo fight. Mind you, if Jermell wins a unification, that's good for his resume for being in the Hall of Fame. That's good for his legacy. So I think I'm picking Jermell.
Coach Mitty.
Okay, that definitely is Jermall. Like, it doesn't matter whether like, you know, the other guys at 160 wants to swerve him or not. If he puts enough pressure, if he keeps winning, that's going to be the conversation. And that's where the most interesting fights are going to be, at 160 and above. I was having that conversation with Steve in the chat. I believe both of those guys end up at 160 plus, like, you know, 160 and 168. They've done what they had to do at 154. So what is there left to do? Like, you know, the future is at 160 and 168 for both of them.
Nestor Gibbs, which Charlo receives the bigger opportunity following September 26th pay-per-view card? Assuming they both win, of course.
Yeah, that's
Mute
tough.
face.
That's tough, man. Because you figured Maul, but you gotta wait on Canelo, and then what's big out there for him? A Eubank, like, and then Mel. This is what's big, because, like, how's he going to get that Teixeira fight? Even though Castellanos fighting Teixeira, which is a Heyman fighter, so I don't know. Anything's possible. I'm going to be wishful and say Mel, that somehow Al, maybe Castellano beats Teixeira, or Al gives Teixeira a second offer if he beats Castellano to do undisputed.
Yo, here's how it would go with Jermell.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's how it would go with Jermell, though. Check it out. If Jermell, after this fight, pulls a smooth move on us, says, I'm going up to 160, the way he talks, more people would want to see Canelo fight Jermell than Jermall, because Jermell got that aggression, got that energy, he got that mouthpiece, and that's the perfect
why are you making excuses? You trying to get Canelo to fight Little Charlo. Look at you trying to, cherry pick.
Little Charlo.
Jamal's got loads of fight too, but he also has that Jacobs beef, right? Like, he can go at 168 for one fight. Yeah. Like, you know, just go and see like Jacobs, right? So,
I like that fight too. I've
been wanted that ever since the rundown.
Ever since that rundown.
I'm saying, like, yo, chill, yo. That was a crazy ass situation too.
All right, that's everything though, right? Oh, we got these notes.
Have one note.
Manchester
AJ
Mario
will be featured in FIFA 21. Who's excited?
Yeah, I am. You know, I have all. You know, I'm buying all the FIFA.
Who the hell cares about soccer?
My son is a crazy. Yeah,
Come on,
soccer.
you better stop
It's
that.
the biggest. It's the biggest sport in the world.
Boxing. Boxing is the biggest
Imagine.
sport in the world.
No.
Boxing, guys. You guys got it all wrong.
Imagine like for 1 second that, you know, Wilder or like the biggest US fighter was in like what's the game, like Madden or whatever, like exactly, right?
Yeah, good call.
So that's crazy. That's how you know that you're a real crossover fan, right? Crossover
come on,
athletes,
guys. Right? It's not that he's crossover. Listen, the same maker that makes UFC game makes that game. It was a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, that's cool. But if you're not appealing to,
he's not.
I mean, they didn't put Tyson Fury in FIFA.
Bro, they got FIFA tournaments.
They should have put Canelo.
If you're not appealing, if you're not appealing, you're not gonna be on those games. Like, doesn't matter.
You're right. You're right.
I'll be honest.
We've
I've never
seen him
sat
bend
through
it like
a soccer
Beckham
match,
before
man. I
too.
can't do
He's
it.
actually pretty
Listen,
decent. He's a
I
pretty
wanna
decent
see-
striker.
No,
AJ.
listen. What the hell are you talking about? How you know?
That new UFC game.
He's watched them do MMA.
Middies. Yeah, I'll fuck you know.
No.
I seen him bend. I seen him shoot, and
Oh, yeah?
he can bend it.
Oh, in the video game, like the CGI version
Nah, in
of
real
him?
life.
Listen, he don't look like he doesn't have the frame to be a football player. But like, I mean,
No.
hey, but that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see what kind of future they give him. Like he's probably gonna be like one of those striker you can't get the ball off. He just
Ace is
runs
gonna
and
be
he
the
just
new
like
color.
elbows you. You just fly off.
He's only gonna be good for penalty kicks, bro. He don't got the stamina.
Hey, so AJ's an actual player in the game, in the FIFA
Yeah,
game?
he's.
I
gonna
mean,
be an
that's what you're gonna
active player.
be like. They're probably gonna have like what they do. They do like some
Unlockable
legends team, and you unlock
Legends.
exactly,
Yep.
and you create like your own career mode and stuff like that. So it's probably gonna be in one of those, right?
So he gonna be
and that-
attacking everybody.
That's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be what they call a target man. Either that or a center back, like one of those defender. When you come, they clear everything. They clear the ball. They clear the man. They clear
Guys in
everything.
the back. The big guys in the back.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
He
So
ain't
either
playing-
that or a target man up front, where you just like throw the
Adelantero,
ball there
adelantero.
and he holds it. He holds it. You don't come near it. So
Ah,
that's
you
my
know what?
move.
He play the goalie. Usually
Nah,
the goalie.
hell no. Goalie are agile, bro, and you can throw themselves about like cats, man. Like so.
Yo,
Yeah.
Real, I always thought
Stay
the fat
tuned.
kid was the goalie.
yeah, they usually got the tall, lanky, like long guy.
Yeah, but it's bulky though. It is bulky,
You see that, right? It came out of Mitty's mouth. He's bulky. That means he's called
he
a robot.
is.
He a robot. He a robot in the ring.
I heard it.
But hey, no,
That
it's
bold.
gonna be interesting. But just purely from like the marketing appeal side of things, it's crazy. Like I don't know, like who's the biggest like NBA athlete, for example? Is it LeBron?
LeBron James.
Yeah.
And
LeBron.
does he make appearance in other like game? I guess they don't have to cross him over, right? All
they
the
don't.
casual have that exactly.
I mean, there was talk about him going into Madden one time when they had the NBA lockout, but that was years ago.
Hey,
That's
Mitty,
mad,
he
right?
could play
When
for
they
Mitty.
talk about things like that, yo,
Mitty, it's amazing because listen, LeBron James with 2K gets into so much homes with so much young viewers. This is amazing for Anthony Joshua himself as a brand. Because now you got all these European kids and these kids from all over the world that play FIFA, which is one of the biggest games, are going to have a chance to connect with Anthony Joshua. Who is Anthony Joshua? At least put him in a Google, you know what I'm saying, to see who he's a bot. Oh, let me tune into his fights. Yeah, I play with him in FIFA. That's a great
Gotta
marketing
be
tool
careful
for
with
him.
him.
you
They're
wait
gonna pick with
until
him with
you
Andy
wait
standing
until
over him.
AJ gets into an NBA game or like Madden, for example. Like that's the next step, man. That's when you're gonna say, "Oh, damn, he's crossed over even in
We need
across the pond."
Deontay in 2K20 or 2K21.
Should have been happened. That should have been
I
happened.
mean, like, hey, just
we need
go
Fury
and
and the
work,
new
work on his
Avengers.
marketing team.
No.
Nah, I
Fury's
do
gonna be
like
in
that
WWE's
aspect
next
of
game.
it, man.
Oh, that'd be dope.
The video games connect with the children and the younger demographics, so that I do like. You're gonna have, like Mitty said, his son doesn't like boxing, but he likes soccer. Now all of a sudden he could get more into boxing because of AJ being a
100%.
player. But let's get to
That's
these
what
phone
I'm saying.
calls. Let's get to these picks. It's preview and prediction Thursday. We got a pay-per-view this weekend. Make sure you click that button. You go ahead and buy it. Support these guys so you can see them in even bigger fights. The number to call in, 1425-569-5241.